going on, friends? For the first video in our Places to Go series, I'm going to take you to one of my favorite cities in the country, Austin, Texas. Let's go. So something funny just happened. Some guy just showed up and started eating with me. What's your name?
Gerald.
Ooh, Gerald. So actually, trim that burp out. So this is actually my best friend Drew from college right here. If you've ever heard me tell any stories about Guatemala, this is the guy that I went there with. And I think it would be cool if you were to share an embarrassing story about me from college.
Okay. There was the time when you showed up to my work unannounced and just peeked through the window just because you had been on a date with this girl and she didn't want to see you again.
Ooh. Yeah. Sorry about that. Did I scare anyone?
Just the children.
I think, wasn't there another time I showed up to something?
Yeah, my now wife at the time was over at our house for our first family dinner, and we're sitting in the dining room.
Meeting the parents.
Yeah, exactly.
Meeting the parents.
Exactly. So she was over, not even just my parents, but my grandparents, and just a lot of family in a dimly lit room. We had flamenco music playing, and Ryan just shows up at the door, just, hey.
Hey.
I thought I was supposed to be here. But he was not invited.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Well, hey, y'all, that's just a little snapshot of Austin. That was the city. Those were the people that I spent my college years with, and man, they were some really great years. And if I were to pick out some of my favorite aspects of Austin, I think it would be these things. I think about the beautiful skyline that they've got downtown. I think about some of the awesome music that I got to see while I lived there. I think about Zilker Park, which is just this really awesome, cool place to go hang out with your friends and meet new people. And of course, I think about just how many cute dogs there are everywhere you go. But when I think about what Austin really taught me, what I really learned by going to Austin, I learned what it meant to go out on your own adventure and what it looks like to discover your calling. And I'm pretty sure God himself affirmed this lesson in me when I was there last week. Because as I was working on this devotion, I was at a coffee shop with a friend, and we get up to leave, and we walk a block up the street, and I see this huge mural on the side of a wall that says, "Heed the call." I mean, could God have been more obvious in that moment? Your teenage years and your 20s, the years that you're in right now, and the years that you're gonna be in for the foreseeable future, these are the years that you really start figuring out who you really are and what your unique calling is in life. These are the years that you really get to start experiencing the adventure of life. And that's what life is, right? It is not a rule book to be followed. It's an adventure to be experienced. And it's an adventure that God himself calls us to. So as I was recording here outside, one of our recently graduated students just walked by. It's Maggie Bonham, y'all. Maggie, what's next in your adventure of life?
I'm going to KU.
KU? What does that stand for?
University of Kansas.
University of Kansas. Lawrence, Kansas, y'all. She's going to a whole other state. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Some of you are going to graduate high school and you're going to move to another city, or you're going to start college, or you're going to join the military, or you're going to start your career, you're going to start your time in the workforce. No matter what this adventure looks like for you, it is such an exciting period of time. When I think about the calling I discovered in Austin, and when I think about the calling that you're going to discover after you graduate high school, I think about the story of Abraham, right? One of these heroes of faith, one of the first callings in Scripture was to Abraham. And the calling was this. Lord said to Abraham, leave your native country, your relatives, your father's family, and go to the land that I will show you. I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you and make you famous, and you will be a blessing to others. There's two parts to that calling. The first part is God telling Abraham, hey, listen, I'm telling you to leave your hometown, to leave your home country, to leave everything you know. Leave all of that behind you, and I want you to go to a place that you don't even know about. But if you follow my call, Abraham, I'm going to make you famous, and I'm going to allow you to change the world. If I learned anything in Austin, if I've learned anything over the past few years, it's that following God's call, it's going to take you out of some comfort zones. It's going to take you away from some things that you're familiar with. But where it leads you is on an exciting adventure that will change your life. So I hope that you will follow God's call in your future, and I hope that you get to discover what that unique calling is for you.